So, with today's presentation, we're going to learn how to do that. Learn how to create content, learn how to dig, learn how to, I say dig, I mean digging for the gold mine, finding the pieces within your content machine that can help you with generating content and just ways on how to generate content for your audience, something that they will be willing to enjoy, willing to learn, willing to read, and that'll be refreshing for them. First and foremost, a little about me. My name is George Woodard. I am a marketing operations specialist and WordPress web developer. I run my own agency called L Squared Media Group. I've been doing this now for over 10 years. I work with nonprofits, government agencies, and B2B businesses, basically as added support to their team to help out with their marketing operations and communications online and through digital marketing. And when I'm not working, I am a twin dad and also married to my wonderful wife. Just enjoying life pretty much. I get to do this what I love to do every day. So we're going to definitely have some information that we're going to enjoy and some fun stuff. So let's just jump right into it. First and foremost, writer block is real. If you have been around in any period of time trying to create content for any reason, whether it's newsletter, social media content, website copy, anything, it's a struggle. Plainly put, being able to generate content on demand is a challenging task. Even the brightest and best copywriters in the world have a challenge with generating content. I mean, everyone runs into writer's block at some point. It's just part of nature of the business, so to speak. And being able to get over those hurdles, you got to have tactics, techniques, systems in place to help you do it. A lot of times, people want to think of these like wildly creative ways to overcome writer's block, but honestly, it's real simple. And that's the purpose of today's presentation, to give you a more simple approach. I like simple. Simple is one of my favorite things. So this is the whole premise behind this presentation: to give you simple ways, tips to help you with getting over writer's block and generating content kind of on demand and have your own content machine going. First and foremost, first thing you want to do, take a step back. It sounds crazy. It sounds weird. It sounds like a challenge for some people, but that's first thing. Take a step back. Get a breather. You can rest. Slowing down is actually, there's a benefit in doing that. Specifically when you're slowing down or you're resting or taking a step back, it's helpful because you're able to assess a lot of what you're doing at the moment, being able to, if you're not doing it actively, analyze what's working, what's not working, and kind of help you get a more aerial view of what's going on with your content marketing and seeing how you can improve. So, if you're in the thick of it every day, you're kind of like navigating through the forest. But if you're taking a step back and more of an aerial view to see what's working, what's not working, it can help you out. So definitely take a step back, slow down, stop altogether. I mean, right now it's towards the end of the year, holiday season starting to gear up. This is probably ideal time to slow down and actually take a step back and kind of observe or understand what's going on with your content marketing. And to give you some practical ways to take a step back or to also help out with your content marketing, we have three of them. First and foremost, research. Research, research, research. Doing your homework. You always want to make sure you're doing your homework to help you understand what's working, what's not working, and also finding out what's out there. Second is social media. It's your friend. Having access to social media is kind of a hidden gem excuse me, of a gold mine of content. You can get ideas in many different platforms, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Using social media, leveraging that's your friend. And last but not least, content repurposing with AI. You know, AI is the new thing now. It's big bang. People are leveraging using AI day in and day out. I use AI, and one of the best ways to use AI is to actually repurpose content. So if you have a um, a good repository of content that you've already created, using AI can help you repurpose that and get more ideas off of it. Or if you don't have a repository of content, um, leveraging research or social media can actually help you generate some ideas. And using some of the existing content that's out there, you can use AI to repurpose that and come up with your own. So, many different ways you can accomplish it. First is content research, doing your homework, just looking into the topics, the ideas, the information that your existing audience has. Looking into content, the questions. There's a lot of different things. And how you actually can do content research is a few different ways. First, industry blogs and news. You're in a specific industry, your niche. We'll just use this as an example. If you're doing mental health counseling for teens, there's a lot of industry news. There are blogs possibly out there in your industry. Look at them. See what's being talked about. What's the current topics for discussion at the table. Doing your research there. Maybe there's a new white paper out or some new mental health research that has been done that can help you generate some ideas. Maybe you have worked on some type of research and an industry blog or news article maybe even gives an alternate perspective about what you've looked into, and that can help you with generating content or ideas. And this is kind of, another cheat sheet. You can even use it to spy on your competitors. If there are other agencies or other businesses that offer some of the similar services that you're providing, you can see what they're talking about and help offer either added perspective, alternate perspective, or even solving or dispelling myths about whatever it is that they may be talking about. It's a helpful piece. Next is books. Amazon is your friend. This, believe it or not, is actually kind of a cheat sheet um, of doing content research using books. If I had one in reach, I would grab it. But one of the best things that I was taught by a coach is being able to use books to generate content. And mainly how you would do this is finding books on topics that are relevant or that are valuable to your target audience, and reading through those books or even skimming. And maybe there's a chapter or two or a couple pages in there that have ideas about content, about particular topics that would be valuable for your audience, and reading into it. And just like you would do if you were in grade school doing a research paper, coming up with your own idea of what that particular piece of content was about. Books is a cheat. It's one of those cheat sheets that are hardly ever talked about, and it's very, very, and I'm telling you, very, very useful. And moving forward in a second with the content repurposing, using books can help you generate the ideas, and then using AI can leverage repurposing to be able to come up with your own content. So books are an amazing way. Trending topics and news is kind of on the same line of industry blog and news. What's going on? Excuse me, if there are any viral moments, maybe if there's something, and not necessarily specific to your industry, but let's say something may have happened in the public eye and could relate to what type of service offering that you may have. Let me just give you an example. So recently, Cloudflare, they are if you've never heard of them, they are a enterprise content delivery network. And basically, just in layman's terms, they provide a service that gives you added speed and reliability of delivering your information across the internet. And recently they had an outage that affected a lot of different hosts or a lot of different websites. That's something that might not specifically relate to the audience I talk to, but that could be helpful to educate the audience around what CDNs are, or the opportunity of using one that's reliable, or just educating them about uptime and things that can happen with the type of work that I do. So that's something, a viral moment or breaking news moment that can help you out. Last is previous client interactions and FAQs. You talk to people, clients, those in your audience might not specifically be clients, but maybe someone who is a partner, someone who may be looking to collaborate with you. A lot of different conversations face to face with a lot of different people. And those calls, those inquiries, those Zoom meetings, all of those are opportunities or gold mines to create content. Maybe you got on a call with someone, a question that you normally have not been asked has come up. You can use that as an opportunity to create a piece of blog article. Or maybe there's a FAQ, a frequently asked questions, something that's being asked of you or asked quite a few times, and that's a piece of content that can be a FAQ section on your website, or you can use that like we're doing here with the webinar. You can create a webinar around that particular topic or topics. There's a lot of different ways that can be leveraged. The next is tapping into social media. So using social media is another gold mine that a lot of people do not um, really utilize heavily for content generation. Content is put out specifically, platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter are putting out around the clock. People are generating information and content that is relevant to specific audiences. Twitter's like a news-based type. So, those viral moments or those breaking news is usually what hits LinkedIn. And then you think, I mean, not LinkedIn, but Twitter. And then on the LinkedIn side of things, you think about those business use cases, the white papers, the thought leading articles. Those types, you can leverage that to come up with your own type of pieces of content. How you do that, listen to your audience. If you have a vast amount of followers, people who are following you, that are responding to your content, they're commenting, they're leaving pieces or dropping gems along the way of content for you, because they are voicing what they're thinking or how they're feeling about what it is that you're posting. So if you're listening to your audience, that can give you more ideas of generating content. Company reviews, believe it or not, that fall along the line of FAQs. So if you're, using Google My Business to get reviews, or if they're leaving reviews, let's say on Facebook, same thing on LinkedIn. If maybe they are creating posts and tagging you in them, that's a review. Using those type of reviews, those are opportunities for case studies. If you have, maybe even, this sounds strange, but if you have a negative review, someone leaves a negative review, you respond to it to make sure you are hearing them, understanding them, and correcting it if it's possible in the moment, but using that as an opportunity to create a piece of content to give your audience added insight into certain situations or scenarios. That's another way. Polls or existing polls. If you're creating a poll on your social media account, you can use that as an opportunity to get ideas by asking questions, and the options based on what people are selecting are topics that you can come on. Or if there's existing polls, maybe there's another organization or business who does similar services or provide products similar to yours, and they've created a poll. The poll that they created, and based on the responses to that can be an opportunity for you to create content. Maybe it's they've created a poll and you can provide added insight into the results, or maybe you can bust a myth. Sometimes, um, which is naturally happens. Sometimes there may be misstated information, and using that opportunity, you can be able to create or generate your own alternate idea or correcting that particular misstated information. That's another way. And then next up is content repurposing with AI. AI is the new wave. People are using it left and right. Leveraging AI is a great thing because it's tough sometimes to come up with ideas to be able to generate content. So using AI for what it's best for, it's the greatest idea for you to leverage AI by taking content that you have created or others have created, put your spin on it, and then come up with your own ideas. Um, Easiest way to do it, find a high performing piece of content. If you're what you should be is tracking the analytics of, let's say, your website, seeing how many people are visiting your site, what pages they're going to, et cetera, et cetera. If you're looking at that and see what your top ranking pages are, whether it's a blog article or a specific landing page of content, it's a high performing piece of content that you can leverage to repurpose the contents on that page and be able to generate your own think pieces, podcasts episode. That's another thing that you could do. Create another blog article, generate 2 or 3 newsletters that you can send out to your audience. There's so many different things that you could do. Um, then once you find that content, format it, format the prompt. And when I say format the prompt, specifically if you're using ChatGPT, you type in the prompt of what you're trying to get out of ChatGPT. Make sure you're properly formatting the prompt. And I'm going to show you on the next screen what one looks like. But if you format it correctly, you'll actually get the best results. And then once you get the result that you're looking for, this is the biggest lesson I teach everyone. Do not copy and paste. Instead, season to taste. And what that really means is um, use what ChatGPT or any AI, generative AI assistant tool is giving you. Use it as a foundation for the content that you're going to create. But always, always, always not repurpose it, but format it to sound like yourself actually speaking. Because the worst thing that you could do is take a piece of content, put it in ChatGPT, and it spits you back out, and you copy and paste it. Because what will happen is either the result is going to be inaccurate, there may be some misstated or misspelled information in it, or if you're going for SEO juice, you might be reposting a piece of content that someone else has already created. So again, get that content, get the result out of it. Don't copy and paste it, but tweak it to make it sound like something you would specifically say. Make it, personable to your tone. If you're very casual with your audience, which I try to be to make it more inviting to listen to what I'm providing, make that content sound like that. So to give you an example, so here is a prompt that I've used to create for this specific presentation, but I have done this numerous of times. And this is the prompt. So analyze this content. And this particular paragraph is a paragraph from a blog article that is regularly viewed on my website. I've taken a paragraph from it and I wanted to repurpose it. So I'm telling ChatGPT, analyze this content. And then on the next part is generate a list of blog post summaries that follow the PAS copywriting formula. If you're not familiar, copywriting formulas or frameworks are a popular thing. This one specifically, PAS stands for problem, agitate, solution, if you can see later on in that sentence. And those frameworks are helpful with creating content for different scenarios. You have so many of them out there, but look those up: copywriting frameworks or formulas. And in this case, I'm listing blog post summaries to get an idea of how I can repurpose that paragraph. And then the last paragraph, I'm telling the output, or I'm telling ChatGPT the outputs should reflect a certain tone. I want it to sound a certain way. Again, I'm not copy and pasting it, but I'm getting a good head start on how I want my output to sound. I want it to be reflective. I want it to be sincere. I want it to be empathetic. And then eventually I want a CTA. I want the reader to take another step. So, from a conversion optimization standpoint, you want them to take another desired step to get them closer to a predetermined goal. And then once you hit enter, this is what you get on the output. You see, problem, agitate, solution. And that's why I say do not copy and paste, because it didn't completely format this correctly. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to that. But it did give me a lot of good ideas here. Like, for example, the second one, the hidden consequences of blind data trust. I could take that and flip into, a different title saying, like, while trusting data blindly is a bad idea. It's a better way of putting it in my tone of voice. And that gives you a summary of how I want to, of what the article could be about. And then I can actually take that summary, repurpose that, and tell ChatGPT, using this summary, give me an outline of a blog article, a presentation, or whatever, and I can take it from there. I mean, that's just one way how you can use AI to help you with leveraging that. And for the for the sake of using AI, using the different tools, there are a lot of copywriting specific tools like Jasper, for example, that will actually do this type of work for you. So play with some different ones to help you out with learning how to leverage AI. But for the foremost, leveraging AI, using books, doing your research, social media, all those different mediums are more than useful to help you with generating content that you need and that you're looking to use for your marketing. You know, Staring at the screen at that cursor, watching it blink is a challenge for a lot of people, and it happens. And I mean, even for myself, it happens because I try not to be too dependent upon certain things, but it occurs, it happens as a part of the process. Excuse me. And the best thing that you can do is to use those methods and those tools to help you with generating content, and coming up with many ideas to help reach your audience. So, I hope those were helpful. Just whenever you get a chance, just look through all of those different ideas, different topics, and everything that you can with trying to generate your content. The presentation is going to be recorded, so you will get a copy of both the video and the slides, so you can always go back and reference that. But I want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for attending. Thank you for looking in on today's presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to reply to any of the emails that are going to be sent out to you. And I hope you have a great day.